Good morning, girls. We are in continuation of a chapter number 10 and transportation of substances. Now here we will now study about the blood vessels. What are the blood vessels? Blood vessels are the tube-like structures in which the blood moves. The blood, it moves throughout our body, throughout all our organs. It moves through the tube-like structures, thin tube-like structures, which are called the blood vessels. Okay. Now these blood vessels are of three kinds. Number one, arteries. Arteries, they are the blood vessels which carry the pure blood or the oxygenated blood, which has oxygen in it. And it carries blood from the heart to all the organs. Heart is a pumping station. It purifies the blood, and from there the oxygenated blood, it goes to all parts of the body, and arteries carry them. Then they have thick elastic muscular walls. So what is happening there? The arteries, the walls of the arteries, these walls, they are very thick and very muscular. Okay. Then they are deeply located under the skin. We cannot see them with our eyes. They are deeply located under the skin, and they do not have walls in them. Now we come to the veins. Second kind of blood vessels is the veins. Now these veins, they carry the impure blood or the deoxygenated blood, the blood which is not having oxygen in it. It carries this impure blood from the organs, from all parts of our body to the heart for purification. Except the pulmonary vein. Now here in arteries also, girls, arteries, they carry the pure blood. But there is a special artery which is called pulmonary artery. This pulmonary artery, it carries the impure blood. This is reverse to all the arteries. Okay. Similarly, in the veins, they carry the impure blood, the deoxygenated blood. But there is a special vein called pulmonary vein. This pulmonary vein, it carries the pure blood. Okay. Now these veins, they have thinner walls, very thin walls they have, and they are located very close to the skin surface. See here, when we see our wrist, can you see these green veins, these tube-like structures? These veins, these are the veins, and they are located very near to our skin, and we can see them. Why do they appear green? Can anybody tell why do they appear green? Yes, because they carry the impure blood. Okay, that's why they do not appear to be red. They appear to be green. You can see them on your wrist. These are veins, right? Then they have walls to prevent the backflow of the impure blood. They have walls in them. Certain structures are there which are the walls. What happens? These walls, they do not let this impure blood to go back to the organs. So this helps in prevention of the backflow of the impure blood. The blood flows right away to the heart with the help of these walls. Now we come to the capillaries. What are capillaries? See, capillaries are simply the network. What happens when the arteries, they reach to the organs which is carrying the pure blood, they split into arterioles. Okay, you can see this diagram here. This is an artery which is carrying pure blood, so it is red in color. It splits into the arterioles. It splits into very thin, more thin like tubes, which are called arterioles. And these arterioles, then they further split into very thin blood vessels, which are called capillaries. So this is simply a splitting of this artery into arterioles, and from arterioles they further split into very thin network that is called capillaries. Now what happens? When these capillaries, they are formed, they further unite together. Here they unite together and they form the vein. They enter, see here it is written, the capillaries, they join to form larger vessels which ultimately join to form the veins. So between the arteries and the veins, these capillaries are situated. These are simply the split-ons of the arteries and the veins. And all the exchange of gases, all the exchange of nutrients, they take place in the capillaries. Right? Okay. So with this, here we can also read here, the exchange of the nutrients, chemical substances and gases between the blood and the cells, they occur in the capillaries. And the blood pressure in the capillaries is lower than in the arteries but higher than in the veins. Now girls, after that we come to the heart, a very important part of this chapter, and it will be useful to you in the further classes also. So please understand it very carefully. Heart. Heart is a pumping station, okay, from where the blood gets pumped and it reaches to various parts of the body. It is not a purification center. It is the lungs purify the heart. I think I earlier told you that heart is the blood goes to the heart for purification. No, it only goes there for getting pumped. Pumped means from the heart it reaches to various parts of the body. From the lungs it goes to the heart, and from the heart it reaches to various parts. So heart is a pumping station, and the purification center is lungs. In the lungs the blood gets purified. Now the heart is is a fist-sized muscular organ. Okay, it is like a fist. Fist means this fist. It is in the shape of this. It is a muscular organ found in the chest cavity towards the left lung. It is present on the left side of the chest cavity. It pumps the blood to all parts of the body, and it beats 60 to 80 times a minute throughout our life. Now, girls, since the baby is born, a child gets born, from that moment the heart gets pumping. It pumps even when the child is in the womb of the mother. Okay, till the person dies, it keeps on pumping. It never takes rest. So you can understand how much pressure is on the heart. It keeps on pumping from the time a person comes into the womb of the mother until he dies. So we should take a special care of the heart. Now the heart is made up of 4 chambers. Okay, the top 2 chambers, they are called atria, and one chamber is called atrium. Atria is a plural word, atrium is a singular word. So these are the 2 chambers. The top 2 chambers, they are called atria. Lower 2 chambers, they are called ventricles. These 2 chambers are called ventricles. Right? So there are 4 chambers in the heart. Now they are separated by valves. The top 2 chambers and the left 2 chambers, they are separated by these valves. Valves are present between the top and the bottom chambers. Why? What is the function of the valves? The function of the valves is that they help the blood to flow in one direction only. Suppose it is going from the atrium, it is going to the ventricle, it will only let it go in that direction only. It will prevent the backflow of the blood. That is the function of the valve. That we have studied in the veins also. It is present in the veins also, and they are present in the heart also. Okay, so these are the valves which separate the top portion from the lower portion. Now there is another organ, that is septum. Septum is a part of a heart only, which separates the right side of the heart from the left side. Now this right side is separated from the left side with the help of septum. Septum is another word. Okay, so these are the new words that you have learned, and please remember these words. These are very important words. Now we will just understand the functioning of the heart. Till now, have you understood the parts of the heart? The top 2, they are called atria. The lower 2 are called ventricles. Okay, this is the right atrium and this is the left atrium. This is the right ventricle, this is the left ventricle. Valves are present which separate the top and the bottom portion, and septum separates the left and the right portion of the heart. Right? Now how does it work? Suppose there is one pipe which is called superior vena cava. This is an important term to learn. Superior vena cava. This superior vena cava, it collects the deoxygenated blood, the impure blood from the interior parts of the body, from the different parts of the body, and it pours it into the right atrium. It brings the blood from all the parts of the body, and the blood, it goes into the right atrium. Right? Then this right atrium, receives the impure blood from the superior vena cava. It is receiving that blood and it passes it to the right ventricle. From here it passes here to the right ventricle. Now this right ventricle, what is it doing? It pumps this impure blood which has reached here into the pulmonary artery. Where is the pulmonary artery? These are the two pulmonary arteries. From here it goes into this pulmonary artery, right? And from here pulmonary arteries, what do? They carry this impure blood from which they have received from here. From here the blood has gone here and they carry it to the lungs. They carry this impure blood to the lungs, right? In the lungs the purification takes place and the blood becomes pure there because it gets mixed up with the oxygen there. So that pure blood is brought back by the pulmonary veins. These are red in color. You can see in this figure also. It will be much more clear here. So these are the pulmonary veins. They are red in color. They are bringing back that pure blood from the lungs. And what happens? From the lungs, they are bringing back the pure blood from here and they pass it to the left atrium now. This blood is passed into the left atrium, the pure blood now, right? And from the left atrium, then again there are walls, okay, because they help in the one flow, in the one direction flow of the blood only. So from here it goes into the left ventricle. Now the pure blood has reached here into the left ventricle. From here the left ventricle, it pumps the blood to all parts of the body through aorta. This aorta is carrying the pure blood. So from here it goes back into this aorta and from here the aorta is carrying pure blood to all parts of the body. So this superior vena cava was bringing the impure blood from all parts of the body and this aorta is carrying the pure blood to all parts of the body. From the lungs it cannot go directly. From the lungs the blood comes to the heart. From the heart then it goes to the different parts of the body. Is that clear? How this heart functions? Now girls, we come the different parts of the heart I have explained to you, but you can understand from here also. The vena cava. Vena cava, it is a large vein that collects the blood rich in carbon dioxide from all parts of the body through other smaller veins and empties the blood from the right atrium. Okay. Then we have pulmonary artery. Pulmonary artery, it carries the blood rich in carbon dioxide from the right ventricle of the heart to the lungs. Then pulmonary vein, it brings the oxygenated blood from the lungs to the left atrium of the heart. And aorta, it is the largest artery which receives the blood rich in oxygen from the left ventricle, and this oxygenated blood is then circulated to different parts of the body. So these four I have explained you. The superior vena cava, it brings the deoxygenated blood, and this aorta, it takes the pure blood to the all parts of the body. So these two are very important terms. You have to learn it by heart. Then we come to the heartbeat and pulse. The heartbeat, what is heartbeat? The heart works by contracting and relaxing its muscles. The contraction and relaxation follows a rhythm which is called a heartbeat. This contraction and relaxation of the heart, it goes in a rhythm like this, and that forms a heartbeat. So heartbeat is one complete cycle of contraction and relaxation. Now our heart normally beats 70 to 80 times per minute. When you place your hand on your chest, you can count the number of times your heart beats in a minute. Another way to count the number of times your heart beats in a minute is by measuring your pulse. Pulse is a throbbing sensation of an artery at each beat of the heart. It can be felt where an artery is close to the surface of the skin, such as at the wrist and at the neck. A doctor uses an instrument called stethoscope to listen to the heartbeat. He also counts your pulse rate by feeling the pressure of the movement of the blood through the artery. So girls, rest part of this chapter we will do in the next session. I hope everything is clear to you.